Hello guys, this is the Gaming Revolution here and welcome back to an all new Call of Duty video. Today we have a few interesting topics to talk about regarding Call of Duty Vanguard, regarding Black Ops Cold War, and even a new Mauer Der Toten teaser, which is obviously the new Berlin Zombies map that is going to be releasing in just a few weeks time with Season 4 Reloaded. So the first thing that I want to talk about is coming from the leaker, the Modern Warfare 2 Ghost over on Twitter, and like I always say, even though he has leaked a bunch of stuff very accurately in the past, we need to take all leaks and rumors with a grain of salt, as everything is subject to change and or misinterpretation. But he said, I've been told that the map London Docks from Call of Duty World War II is apparently going to be coming as a remake inside of Vanguard in either Season 1 or 2. He said, as well as this, a World War II version of a very fan favourite map from an iconic game is going to be coming too, but he can't share the details on that just yet. And I'm excited for this, honestly. London Docks was one of the better maps in Call of Duty World War II, so I'm honestly not bothered if it is going to be returning in this game. We see remakes every single year. This is something to be expected. In terms of the other remake, I don't know what it's going to be, but he said it's from an iconic game, so I'm wondering if it is going to be a map from World at War, because obviously that is an iconic game, and also now that the Modern Warfare and Black Ops timelines have connected and intertwined, I'm assuming that Vanguard is going to be set in the same universe, so there's going to be a lot of crossover with maybe even World at War. I wonder if we could see Reznov in the campaign or something like that. By the way, I have an awesome giveaway announcement that I will make you aware of in a little second, thanks to the sponsor of this video, Dominating the Skies. Dominating the Skies is an amazing action shooter from start to finish, with jet fighters, helicopters, and even spaceships with realistic physics. You get to battle your way to victory. Your skills are what makes the difference. It is currently only available on the Google Play Store for Android devices and Steam, but supports keyboard, Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo Switch controllers. It's a new and different experience which is unlike most other shooter games out there. What makes it so unique is its physics-based gameplay / mechanics, which let you pilot physically accurate airplanes in a 2D / 2.5D retro environment. It's so satisfying to play. Once you get the hang of it, you will get to pilot different vehicles, get to battle clever AI enemies, perform different missions, upgrade your airplanes, and more. The game was made with the focus on gameplay first. The developers wanted to create a satisfying action game that is easy to pick up and yet up to date in terms of its control and details. So even though the game looks retro, under the hood it's a lot more than that. There are unique and realistic weapons like heat-seeking missiles, machine guns, and more, plus some fictional weapons in certain levels. The game features 25 amazing music tracks, 55 levels, 4 different modes, each with a different taste. The first, third, and fourth modes are all action-based, but the second mode, the one which you pilot a helicopter, is more tactical and slow, where you have to calculate your moves carefully at times. The game ramps up gradually, so you will start slow, but you end up in glorious space battles at the end. There are no microtransactions or pay-to-win aspects. It is simply pure, uninterrupted action. So in terms of the giveaway, on screen you can see 10 different Steam codes to download the game for free. Be fast, as I am sure they will be taken swiftly. If you don't get lucky enough to win, you can download the game via the link in this video's description. Dominating the Skies is competing in the Game Development World Championship Indie Game of the Year, so I will provide a link in the description for you to vote if you do indeed enjoy the game. Thank you for your time and hopefully you enjoy it. So the next thing that I want to talk about is the new Mauer Der Toten teaser that Treyarch tweeted out saying who will prevail when worlds collide. Obviously this is referring to the fact that the Nazis are escaping from the Dark Ether, so the Dark Ether is colliding with our world and the Operation Baldra army is going to be unleashing, but I think unknowingly to Valentina, who is going to be unleashing these lost Nazis from the Dark Ether, they have obviously all been zombified, so she probably thinks a bunch of live Nazis are going to be coming out, but that is not actually the case. But from the teaser itself, it says Berlin, and it says cover story is working, Requiem asset is in place. It then says explosion at checkpoint, chemical gas leak, quarantine in effect. So a lot of people were wondering if the world is going to find out about the Dark Ether breach in Berlin because of the fact that we have this piece of intel in the game that basically talks about how Berlin Berlin is the focal point of the Cold War, and Requiem were able to use cover stories for the past maps so that the world wouldn't find out about them. You know, they would say that there was a contamination or some sort of viral outbreak, etc. And that's how they were able to hide all of the other dark ether breaches from the world. But everyone thought because Berlin is the focal point of the Cold War, the world would in fact find out. But yeah, it turns out that, well, the world isn't going to find out about this breach. So we actually see from the image that the entire city of Berlin is completely destroyed and on fire, thanks to all of these Nazis escaping and ruining the city. It's completely torn down. It really looks very similarly to Gorod Krovi. Obviously, Gorod Krovi was a war point, and I guess Berlin is too. I'm getting very similar vibes to Gorod Krovi because it looks like we're actually going to be able to climb on top of the rooftops and stuff like that. Once again, very similar to Gorod Krovi, because we can see on the roof of the building on the right that there is actually a quick revive machine there. It's a little hard to make out, but you can see it there. But yeah, I'm really loving the vibe of this map, and on screen right now you can see a colored version of it. I've just gone ahead and colorized it on Google since the version that Treyarch gave us was black and white. But yeah, in terms of the gas itself, I'm wondering if this could be Nova gas. We do see that there is a lot of smoke and stuff like that in the distance, but I'm wondering if that's just coming from all of the fire and the destroyed buildings and the rubble and stuff like that. But yeah, I wonder if Nova 6 has actually been unleashed on this map, because as you guys know, it is rumored that Kino Der Toten might be making a cameo appearance on this map, and maybe it's not actually going to be a playable area, but it's just going to be something we see in the distance. We see the Undead Nazi Theatre in the distance as a bit of a cameo, because we do actually see the Berlin TV tower in the background of this image, and we do see these lookout towers, and it looks like from this shot, it's actually the opposite side to where we see the Berlin TV tower on Kino Der Toten, so we might be on the opposite side to Kino, and we might just be able to see it in the distance in case it isn't actually a playable area. Or maybe we go to the theatre within the Easter egg or something like that. Maybe even the theatre could be the spot where Valentina used her targeted anomaly technology to force this dark ether breach. I don't know. But yeah, considering there are rumours about some sort of Kino Der Toten cameo, well, obviously they had the Nova Crawlers on it, so maybe the Nova Crawlers are going to be a new zombie type on this map, and they might be making a return to pay homage to Kino Der Toten. And at the bottom of this newspaper that was obviously sent out as a cover story, it says, West Berlin, an explosion linked to a nerve gas stockpile has officials from both sides of the city urging residents to stay clear of blah blah blah, linked to blah blah blah. And yeah, you can't really make out what it says. It just tells residents to stay clear of the area since they don't want them to find out about the zombies, obviously. In terms of the Requiem asset that is in place, well, obviously we know that there is a mole inside of Requiem, and a lot of people do think that it is Carver, so maybe we're going to find out that it's Carver on this map, or it might end up being someone else. So is that an Omega agent inside of Requiem? That's what it sounds like here, but it does seem like Omega are responsible for this cover story, whereas on the other maps, it was Requiem that were responsible for, you know, covering up these dark ether breaches. Anyways, we do have a new blog post today from Call of Duty that I will leave a link to down in this video's description, but just to summarize, Charlie and Tel have posted a few tweets. So Double XP and Double Weapon XP is live in Black Ops Cold War and Warzone starting this Friday on July 2nd at 10 AM Pacific time and ends on Tuesday, July 6th at 10 AM Pacific time. We then have 3 new bundles available in the store, which are the Hat-Trick bundle, which you can see on screen. We then have the Salah Tracer Pack Operator bundle, and you do get this pet Komodo dragon with it that looks very cool. This is going to be one of the most bought bundles, I am sure, just for that pet. You're literally going to have a dragon. Well, a giant lizard if you really want to be technical. And finally, we have the Fireworks Tracer Pack, which I'm sure once again a lot of people are going to be excited about. There's a new playlist for this week in Black Ops Cold War, which is a throwback mosh pit, which is a 6v6 playlist on Nuketown 84, Raid, Express, Standoff, and Hijack. So it's basically just all of the classic maps from BO2, and I'm sure a lot of people will be rocking that playlist since the maps are pretty much unchanged, bar some slight changes to Black Ops 2. Anyways, that's everything I wanted to talk about within today's video, and just a quick reminder that this video has been kindly sponsored by Dominating the Skies, that you can check out on Android and also on Steam using the links in this video's description, and you can vote for it to be the indie game of the year if you want to do so too. Thank you for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe if you're not here for the latest and greatest Call of Duty news and information. So anyways, thank you for watching, and bye.